Hello to our viewers. Welcome back to our channel Key to Band 8 IELTS. Now, in today's session, we will be telling you about the connectors that you can use in every task. Mind my words, in every task, you have to use these connectors to score a band of 8. We promise that if you will be using some of the connectors that we'll be telling you in your task 1 and 2, like it can be used in task 1 as well also, like if you will be using these connectors, you'll surely gonna get 8 band, or you can score 9 as well if you have a very good hold on your vocabulary and on your grammatical range, right? So let's get started. Now, before jumping into the video, I request you all to subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Come on. So let's get started. Now, what are the connectors that we need to use while writing a task 1 and mainly task 2? Like what students do whenever they are given a topic, they start with an introduction. They give a neutral background to that introduction. So can we spice the introduction a little bit with some of the words, some of the spicy words that really attracts the interest of the reader or of the examiner? The urge comes from within that yes, what else this student has written. This is where you need to work on yourself. Ideas are normal, like people go and do perform in their exam. They don't need much knowledge, or they need to read a newspaper before jumping into the IELTS exam. All you need is strategies, how to write, how to start, how to end, what to write in between. Okay, so in the starting, like in the introduction, from by what words, by using what language or what words you can you can commence the introduction. First comes to embark with. Like this word to embark with means to start. Like you are giving a neutral, if you want to give a neutral background statement, you also want it like from where it started. If you are giving reasons for particular problem, right, you will be telling how it started, how it commenced. You should start it with like to embark with, then state your sentence, like write your sentence, or you can write the fundamental reason for this. Okay, are you getting my point? Like start like this. Do not just go and jump into writing like this happened in that year, or in the previous scenario, in the present era. These are like something like it is for beginners. If you want to score a band of 8, you need to write it like this. Okay, the fundamental reason. Next comes to commence with. I've already told like how to start. To commence with, initially. Such words give an impression that you have a very good hold on your vocabulary. You have proper words how to start an introduction. Okay, now what other words you can use for BP1 and BP2? Like for body paragraph 1, obviously you are again giving some very important notes for the reason. Like every question has 2 subtitles. You are now giving reasons for the subtitle 1. Obviously, you need to start it like this. The first and the foremost reason behind this scenario, behind this problem, what leads to, or we can say like the first and the foremost reason for this particular thing that came into existence. Start it like this. Let your paragraph be a bit not boring actually. Let your paragraph be a little more attractive, and the examiner should feel that wow, this child or this candidate is starting it so well. Like because the examiners are reading answer booklets of nearly 1,000 candidates. So to score those 8 or 9 in your writing, you need to be out of the box. You can also, like in the BP1, you can also use these words as well. I'm not saying that only use them in the introduction, but yes, you can use this fundamental reason over here also, like for BP1 and BP1, right? For BP2 we'll be talking any opposite thing, or we can use, we will be stating something that are in comparison to. So these two things will be used in these two areas only, like in the introduction and for the BP1. Okay, for comparisons and opposite we have other words, of vocabulary, we will be using those, but here for in the BP1 and introduction you can use these, like introduction words can also be used here. Now next comes a decisive or an imperative reason behind this scenario. Again, decisive means important. Do not write down important in your essay. Do not use it, because this is the easiest thing you can learn for IELTS, that do not use the word important, rather use its synonyms like decisive, imperative, crucial. Use such kind of words to get a higher band, because important is something, again, everyone in the hall is writing. Either they are at least using this word once in their exam, definitely once in their answer sheet they are writing it. So what you need to do is, do not use the word important, rather use the word decisive and imperative. Okay, now what comes next? In body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2, you need to give the reasons. For body paragraph 1, you have started telling that this is the reason. Now you keep on adding some other points as well. Now how to give a start to those points. Never ever write firstly, secondly, thirdly, fourthly. Don't do it, because this is the criteria, or this is the kind of thing that you used to do when you were in your secondary or in your school board exams. That this kind of thing is accepted in your board exams, but not in IELTS exam, because in an IELTS exam you need to you need to convince the examiner that you have presentation skills, you know how to present it, because in task achievement you need to fulfill the criteria of that, yes, you know the question, but when it comes to that you are presentable, that comes when you add your points to your lexical resources. Where you tell the examiner you have a good hold on your vocabulary and you know how to correctly place the words, how you correctly place everything, right? Your points are placed correctly. Now if you are adding some points for addition, like what are the connectors you can use for addition? For addition, to start, like I have given a reason for it, like firstly in the body paragraph 1 you have given the reason. Now you want to add a certain point or certain thing to connect that with that reason, what you have written on the top. You should write what is more. Here it is, what is more. Write it like this, what is more, then give a valid point to that reason. Okay, now what is ahead? Moving further. Again, if you have another thing to explain, say moving further. To add more, it's same like what is more, but in a different way, to add more. Moreover, okay, these words can also be used in BP2, but this is where you keep on adding points. You are adding points here. Moreover, in addition, right? In addition, you are adding something. Besides this, like in addition, besides this, like you have another point to discuss. Okay, this is how you add points. Use this. This is a must thing that you should just stir it in water and you need to drink it, and because this is something that will definitely benefit you in your IELTS exam. Do not write it like full stop and then starting a new line, full stop and then starting again a new line. No, use these connectors. Please use these connectors. Now what comes, like sometimes there are advantages or disadvantages. We are told we need to agree or disagree problems and their causes. Sometimes we compare things. Now what connectors to use when you are comparing things? Like for, if we say in body paragraph 2, you are now comparing things, you need to do comparison. Like firstly you have talked about the benefits. Now how to start a negative side, right? For starting a negative side, you should firstly write down, like in the starting of the BP2, in comparison to this. I'm sorry, for opposite is this, like for the, when you are comparing. However, like talking about the flip side, nevertheless, nonetheless, on the flip side, right? You're talking about the contrary part. You're talking that yes, now the other side of the role, like there are two sections of the society, one section is doing this, second section is doing this. So however, nevertheless, nonetheless, on the flip side, right? You're talking about the contrary part. Now when you do comparison here, where you will write whereas in comparison to this. Like if we are comparing two sections, we are comparing, like if this thing is happening, and because of the same thing, what other thing is happening in the another world, in the another part of the world. So you are comparing both the situations, then you will be using whereas in comparison to this. Now for conclusion, I keep on repeating this thing, that for conclusion, do not use an informal words or anything that you see in the dictionaries, or you, when you search for the synonyms, you write another new word for the conclusion. You do not need to learn any other word for conclusion, because what I have felt, or whenever I have given exam, in the conclusion, just write down, or to start with, in the conclusion I reiterate my whatever you have written in the introduction, BP1, BP2, just give a summarized crux of that thing in the conclusion. Do not add new point. If you have listened to the previous video that we have shared about task 2, I have told it many times that do not add new points, just what you need to do it in conclusion. Do not make a lengthy conclusion. A 4-5 line conclusion is enough. Just summarize whatever you have told in 1 and 2 with another new words, right? Do not repeat the question or the words that are already given in the question, and also do not use the same words that you have already used in BP1 and BP2, but a little newer version of words for conclusion. So that was all for today. I again say, like, subscribe and share. This is me, Gunveet. Bye for now. Bye bye.